What is up, everybody? We are back again with another banger episode today. We're going to do a recap on the gold medal game, and I got some interesting news that I want to bring up during the show. But with all being said, this is the Basketball Truth and Knowledge. I'm your co-host Aramis.
I'm Ray Daniels.
And let's go ahead and get right into it. So I got a few interesting moments right now that we witnessed, and I got a few explanations on regarding the Team USA lineup. So they did, and it definitely added Katie to the lineup. Like the lineup was Curry, Devin Booker, Bron, Katie, and Joel. That was the lineup that they had in versus what was it? France.
Starting lineup.
Huh?
Talking about this was the starting lineup.
That was starting lineup facing France in the gold medal game, which USA won. They definitely they got the gold medal, but there were some criticisms for the fans, for the Boston Celtics fans.
Mm-hmm.
They then tweeted that, well, not them, but just a lot of other NBA players tweeted that why wasn't Tyrese Halliburton getting any minutes? Why wasn't Tatum getting any minutes? So here was the whole cleanup with that situation. Katie was hurt. Okay, cool. So Tatum had to fill in that spot because they didn't have any other small forwards who could fill in that spot. I mean, Bron could, but like you also had Tatum, so they thought that okay, well, we'll put in Tatum with Bron, Curry, Drew, or whoever they got in the lineup. So Tatum was fitting in that spot until Katie came back.
Right.
Tatum got his minutes. Halliburton
for a stronger score than Tatum. Period.
Right. But my thing is that the moment you get KD back, you could at least took some time, gave Tatum like a good cool 10 minutes, and then like everybody else is having a big number of minutes playing in the game, and then
what was the final score?
Huh?
What was the final score of the game?
I think it was like 98 to 95.
Okay, so I heard a little bit about it too, and then of course a fan is going to be a fan. They want to see their favorite players and all that, but at the end of the day, the job was to go obtain a gold medal. Period. So with that being said, it's not about fan favorites at this point. It's about who's the best player on the court at the job. And if you go position per position, Tatum plays the 2 or the 3 because he can't play the 1. He plays the 4.
Plays well. He's a small forward, so he'll have to play the 3.
Yeah. So with that being said, at the 3,
Bron can play all 3. Like he can play the 1, 2, 3.
All 3, but I'm saying in the lineup.
In the lineup, yeah, he definitely can.
He's not the number 1 through 5 guy in the lineup with the USA team. Period.
Okay, but like you got to think about it. Like so.
And now we're talking about So the question is, if this is the gold medal game, and Aramis, are you the coach? Are we worried about fan favorites, or do you put your best foot forward because you came here for one purpose, is to win the gold? And this is a one-game elimination. It's not a series like in the traditional in the NBA where we have series best out of 7. Because if it was best out of 7, we wouldn't have this argument. But this is a collegiate setting, just like the NCAA tournament.
I think but I'm gonna say this too because I can't like this is my reason for bringing it up too, because I was watching this was this podcast I came up on. This was a basketball podcast I came up on, and this was Jeff Teague, a former NBA player who's still in the league. He brought up a point like they just ruined Team USA. Like the head coach didn't they were going off on Steve Kerr because he didn't play like Jason Tatum. But look, hold on, you got to realize this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up against some teams who are NBA players. Remind you, Team USA was facing 61 NBA players in the USA and the Olympics, in Paris Olympics. They were facing 61 NBA players. You got to figure out what lineup works with what. So like with Serbia, you had Jokic who was tall. You got to have big defenders on the court in your starting lineup. So you having KD start against Serbia was a good idea because you know why? Jokic is gonna have to guard him or Joel at some point. On top of that, he's got to muscle his way with LeBron. I mean, LeBron is bigger than him, but still, it's like those three bigs can definitely hold on Jokic as best as they can. And then when you go up against France, because you got Wemby who is 7'4", and you got Gobert who is 6'11", 6'10", and the starting line that they had for that team was Curry, D-Book, Bron, KD, and Joel. Like that was a solid lineup right there. Like you got to figure out what works best for a team you're facing. It doesn't matter if it's the Olympics or not.
Right.
If you're playing it,
this question, let me pose a question to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel if you were to replace KD for Tatum,
no,
would you have got more productivity out of that position?
No, because like think about it this way, because I'm to all the fans out there who could be watching this live and watching this and probably think I'm hating. I'm not hating. I'm the reason why I'm picking KD over Tatum because Tatum is a phenomenal scorer. He's a phenomenal one-on-one player, and he loves getting to the basket, getting that contact foul, and loves doing whatever he can to create his own shot and to making the basket. That's cool. That's fine. But he can't do it every possession because he has a bad habit of, like just keeping the ball in his hand. But the thing is with KD, he's a much better scorer. On top of it, he's tall. So don't nobody can really guard him at this point.
Like even what you said, Aramis, don't even put no salt on it. Like Tatum's a great player.
Right.
Regardless of what he hold the ball, whatever, anybody can pick a flaw in anybody. But we're talking about the best 12 players to represent the USA. None of them, in that regard, you put salt on them. The real bottom line is that it comes to matchups, and then it comes just as the overall best foot forward. And the bottom line is, no disrespect to Boston fans, it's just KD is a better 3 in a one-game elimination game than Tatum.
Exactly. And on top of it, you got to start Curry as well, too, because he is that other player, too. Huh?
Without Curry, they lose the game.
Right. Well, exactly. Without a doubt, if you're not starting Curry, you would have, without doubt, had a rough start and definitely would have lost because on top of that, maybe is it
to the fourth quarter, and if Chef Curry didn't put a chef order in, we lose.
Exactly.
Like and LeBron and every damn body else. So
literally,
let's cut the bullshit, fans. We were here to win a gold, and
exactly. So I don't want to hear. So I don't know why people were feeling stressed on why we didn't play Tatum. Okay, yeah, we played him towards the last minute, but
yeah,
you got to think about it. We're here. Okay, it was cool in the beginning before we came to Paris. Tatum had his little cool minutes. It was cool. That was because we were trying to play fun. That was fun time. But once you go into Paris, it's game time. You got to figure out a lineup that, like I said, fits best. And Tatum has to sit on the bench. KD came back. Keep him.
You could have played with that scenario. Do you play Tatum? Do you play KD? In every game except for 2. And that was against Serbia and France.
Right.
You can't play no games because that's playing in the final eliminations to place for a medal, let alone to win a medal. And at that time, Curry did what he was supposed to do. No disrespect.
Right, but at time when Katie came back, he was coming off the bench, and still Jason Tatum wasn't playing because they had Drew at the 1, Curry at the 2, and then Bron at the 3, and then Joel at like Joel at the 4, and then like they had to switch of certain lineups, but Tatum still wasn't coming off the bench to start
And
or even play.
Aramis, I saw something that somebody else was saying on one of the podcasts. Is similar to what you were saying about Tatum.
Okay,
And looking down the lineup, he was saying arguably Tatum is not the best 5 out of the 12. He's not the best 5.
out of what?
Out of the starting lineup, he wasn't in better than any one of them. Then you go to position 6, and I think coming off the bench was an Ant-Man number 6.
Ant-Man was 6.
And so then you put Ant-Man in, and then the difference between Ant-Man and Tatum, you could arguably say whoever. So, Ant-Man might have got
You can't really say. Well,
the podcast guy was saying Ant-Man got the nod because of the defense side of it and the hustle, and then they were going to Drew Holiday. I think a 7.
Tatum has defense though. That's the thing that people don't understand. Tatum has defense.
He didn't say that he didn't. He just said he would give the nod overall for the 6-man rotations.
Well, I mean, yeah.
For Tatum wasn't being off the bench. The argument was being that he started, and then the guy was just saying he was making the case just to say that you can arguably rotate Tatum between 6, 7, and 8. He could go either way, basically.
Yeah, but they didn't do that though.
Down to the matchups in the game at the time, do you plug in Ant first or do you plug in Tatum first, coming in the 6th spot, 7th spot, 8th spot? But he said once you got to the 8th spot, pretty much Tatum should have been in at that point going forward.
Who was the 8th spot at for?
It was like Andrew, and then who was the other? I don't.
White.
It was between. I know he mentioned Ant. He mentioned Drew Holiday, and he said Drew Holiday just got it. The 7th man strictly off of at the game. If you're going out at the 7th man, you don't really be scoring. He said basically when you get from 7, 8, and 9, it's really all about defense matchups.
I definitely would have put Tatum in the 8th spot. To be honest, I definitely agree with him about putting Tatum in the 8th spot.
He said the only reason why 6 and 7 would have beat out Tatum was because basically when you go to, he said 6-man can give you a burst of energy on offense and or defense depending on the game, but he said 7th and 8th spot really are places where you come for to change the game in a defensive strategy, and that's where Tatum would have fell to the 8th spot.
Right, but of course, Steve Kerr didn't really notice that, and I think just based off of what the guy said, it's like, okay, so if you got Drew at the 7 and he can Tatum can fit in either 8 the 7 or the 8 plays, but it's really up to if Steve Kerr is ever gonna let that happen.
Well, it ain't really about Steve Kerr letting it happen. That's what the game dictates. And that's true. But I'm saying is, if you look at that game, Aramis, what you just said, 98-95, that means that the whole freaking game was a defensive game because nobody even scored over 100 points. The team, you're talking about the best in the world at the Olympic finals in the gold game. No one averaged 25 points a game. 25 points a quarter.
Nobody did. Everybody was averaging 12 or 14 points a game.
Well, no, I'm talking about as a team.
As a team? Oh, yeah. No, they wasn't.
Nobody as a team, either side of the ball, averaged 25 points a quarter. So that means that it favors who? The defensive players.
Exactly. So, well, it's because like they have so many defense on that team. You shouldn't rely on. They don't rely on points because you know why? It's because like points is cool, but the most important thing that they most rely on, because they're facing tough countries, Canada, Germany, Australia, like South Sudan, France, like they put their more focus on defense, and that's a good thing because your defense, like you got so many defensive player of the years on that team. First All NBA defense, second All NBA defense players on that team, and like you got Derek White, Embiid, now Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Edwards. Like most of these players can play defense, and those who are not on the list has tremendous defense. So it's like your only shooters are Curry.
Emerson, it wasn't if it the style of game that Curry had to coach was a defensive style, because at the end of the day, France had a defensive strategy that put us in a jockstrap. And if it wasn't for Curry being able to shoot at a high level from the arc, not just he couldn't even get in the paint. Nobody had perimeter paint driving, none of that.
Right, because you know why? Wemby was in that paint.
Wemby had all that shit shut down.
Exactly.
Shut down.
It's a reason why they couldn't go to the paint, because
we can go down all of the NBA players, Embiid, none of them.
Nobody is ever going to the paint with Wemby. And if I hear somebody say,
but the way we won the game, because it was a defensive game, which took away from Tatum.
Right.
Took away from Tatum minutes because you had to play Holiday. You had to play Ant-Man. You had to get people out here who can get out here and check people at the perimeter, because they was hitting shots too. And like I said, if it wasn't for Curry hitting some Chef Curry shots, I mean, at one point he had two dudes on him, three steps behind the arc, and he still bust them.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So the game just really, style of the game favored defense. And it was a defensive game, and God bless it that America came on top. Thank you, Chef Curry. Now let me ask you this, because LeBron won MVP, and some people were saying that Curry should have got it.
No, because you know why? Because LeBron was already enlisted on that list for being an MVP to begin with, but people didn't see the MVP ladder. Nobody even saw it until it came out, and then still they were saying, "Yo, Curry MVP," because this man put on a show for the last 2 games. Yeah, for the last 2 games, but LeBron been doing this for the past 10 games that we had. 10 games that we had, LeBron has had a triple-double every single game.
The NBA, you're right, Hermes, and a credit to you. Thank you and you're a young basketball a novelist. Thank you, because the MVP award isn't for the game; it's for the whole Olympics from beginning to end.
Exactly. And
now in the NBA, if you go to the NBA, it goes by the MVP of the final series out of 7 games. But in Olympic, the MVP is based on who puts the body of work from the first game to the last game. And LeBron definitely, because if it wasn't for LeBron, we lose to Sudan.
Yeah, we definitely would have lost to South Sudan. Definitely would have lost to Serbia.
All of this shit. Chef Curry gets his flowers, but LeBron
was the main one why we got this far. Really, if you think about it, why shouldn't he be MVP? I mean, okay, Jokic got Look, Jokic, I'm gonna give his flowers too, because he was up there on the board, but the other people voted Bron 4 times in a row, so you know he was getting MVP 100%. So it's like you can't say, why Curry didn't get it? Nah. The man only had 2 good games.
You have to remember that we are fans.
Right.
And fans some of us base it on numbers, and the majority of us base it on emotions.
It's definitely the emotion, though.
Emotionally, Steph carried us through the last 2 games. emotionally and with numbers. But if you go back and take the emotions out and look at the stats from the beginning to the
Because
end,
it's Braun.
which is the way that you're judged on in the Olympics from the first game to the last game and winning the gold, who is in line for MVP. And
Right.
that's when LeBron wins out. Not on emotions, by on statistics.
Right.
Curry didn't even get involved for real heavy until the last 4 or 5 games. And then the out
Well,
of
yeah, because
off
like
2 games.
right, because Curry. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, all due respect for Curry, he had a rough. He's been having a rough time trying to find his rhythm and his moment when he's playing the game of basketball. Like certain NBA players have their own different roles on how they play the game. So it's like LeBron, like he has to like in order for him to get started, he he starts off by getting his assist first because he's a pass first guy. So his team gonna get the buckets first, and then once he's feeling himself, he like, you know what? All right, I got about 5 assists. Let me start taking the ball in more and try to create and try to make the team look confused. Like, okay, so you caught on to my assist, so let me try to switch it up. With Curry, he runs a lot of pick and rolls,
Right. Yeah,
and
he play off ball. It's called
right,
off.
he plays off ball. So LeBron, Katie knows, like, yo, Curry is itching to move. Katie, cut, pick,
Right.
and pick. Like he's telling boys to set a pick for Curry. So
But,
he comes around the court, hits him on the left wing, straight shot up, and is going in. Like LeBron, like this is why I like LeBron now. Like this LeBron we're seeing is a facilitator. This man is a leader. He is.
let me help you out a little bit, Aramis, with that. So you play basketball and you're a young novice basketball player. I play basketball, I'm an older veteran type player. So here's the LeBron in his younger career, he would take it by the head and do what I have to do.
Yeah.
As you get older, you know what I mean, you get a little more heavier and you get smarter, obviously. And then, sometimes and maybe not much LeBron because he's in excellent shape for his age. He's 40 years old and still gets up and down better than just as good as Ant. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised on how he could still manage his body like that. Like that's crazy.
But what I was gonna say is, as you get older and you become a veteran, you play what we call an old man's game. And the old man games work like this. I look to get everybody involved. Now just imagine if I was LeBron and you checking me. As soon as I step on the court and you from France or you from any other country, you like, yes, I'm gonna lock him up. He's getting nothing. So you're gonna overexert yourself, everything you got, first 2 quarters.
Right.
And then you still gotta play offense. And then so as a smart veteran player, what you wouldn't do is you say, okay, I already know every time somebody line up against me, they want to make a name off of me. So it's no sense to me going at crazy trying to say, ooh, I'm bigger and I'm this and that. Why? Because I already know who I am. So now I have to outsmart you. So now what I'll do is I'll take you to the basket and you playing all this phenomenal defense and you all dish it off, dish it off, dish it off. Then what happens is you at some point have to start playing me honest. Instead of overplaying me, you got to start playing me because am I going to shoot? Most likely I've been passing. So now you back up off of me, just touch. And then now as a veteran, I'll say, okay, now I got him. Ain't no weak side, no, ain't this and that. Now, and he been running around for the last 5 minutes. Ain't nobody sub him out. Now I'm gonna take him to the basket, get a couple shots in, and then as soon as he says, okay, I'm gonna clamp up, now I'm gonna start passing. That's an old man's game. You feel what I'm saying? It's called use your mind, try to outwit the other person, and then at the end of the day, I'm in just as much shape as you, but at the end of the day, you may have overexerted yourself because you don't know, am I going to pass or I'm going to score? But every play, no matter what, you don't know what I'm going to do, and you're going to exert yourself. So that's the difference with the old man game. And now we like that because it helps LeBron to show that, hey, when I get the ball, keep moving. Don't feel like that when I get the ball, clear it out. Clear it out. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get the ball. Either you pass it right away, because if he go downhill, he not giving up the rock. He this. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's get an old man game. So LeBron has mastered the old man game, which is about longevity. Yes, I'm 40. Can I run up and down the court and we score 150 points and I'm gonna be able to last the whole game? Absolutely not. But I'm pivotal in this thing because they're not going to double me because they respect my passing game. Let me repeat that again. They're not going to double me, the number one player in the world right now, because they're scared of that I'm going to pass.
Exactly. Because they know it's like LeBron is that big of a player, and they don't know what his moves are. So like they just know like he's gonna attack the paint because that's all they see him do in the league. Okay, but once you play him in person,
the games that count, you don't know if he's gonna pass or shoot, and you're gonna
exactly. You don't know.
But look at all the games. Did you ever see LeBron get doubled this whole?
No.
Why? Because there's a reason why.
Right. Because he literally picks and chooses how he scores the ball and how he gives the ball up. He literally picks and chooses when he wants to, and he is really good at slowing the pace, changing the pace of the game on how he plays it. Literally, because before we,
you know why he changed the pace of the game, and here's the one reason why. Based on who he is, and he's evolved to this player where he's an all-around player. He's an all-around player now. And then it happens is I can slow the game down now because you know what? At any minute, I can dominate from end to end and take it from coast to coast and score a bucket. I'm big as hell. You're not going to stop me. Or I can catch it, and you have to respect that. And then I can either choose to go downhill and give it up, or I could just say, hey, call for a screen and shoot it, which means you have to respect my game because you don't know what I'm going to do. And I can choose the tempo of the game because if I choose to just come up and down and go coast to coast at any minute of the game, no one can stop them.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean that somebody can't get some weak side help can come and get a block. But who do you know when LeBron picked the ball up from a rebound and went coast to coast one-on-one without no weak side help stopping him? Nobody,
because they knew that the moment you go coast to coast with Bron, he's running full speed to the basket, and he will bump your ass and get a layup, or he dunking on you.
He doesn't score that basket as the weak side help coming.
Right. That's the only way he won't score that basket is because you have somebody on the weak side where he won't see it coming. It's either a block or it's either or a foul or whatever. As long as he don't see it coming, he ain't scoring that basket.
And so that is why what you just said, Aramis, is super key. And I give you kudos again, Aramis, because you understand that with that, because of that right there and his involvement, that you can't double me because you have to respect who I am and what I do. I can pick and choose how I want to dictate the pace or slow down the pace of the game based on who I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I got a question for you because you know Kobe more than I do. During your time watching Kobe play, were there players like what year or the time where it took the players to realize that they had to double Kobe because they knew that Kobe is starting to turn into the next MJ and he started playing just like him and they had to double team. So how long did it take the players to realize that they had to double team him?
So that's a great question, Aramis, that you brought. Kobe patterned his game so much after Mike that his career was just like Mike's, minus the 3P and 3P. That's the only difference. Kobe got 5 rings, Mike got 6. The difference is Mike got one more than Kobe, and Mike got 3 in a row, retired, got 3 in a row again. But at the end of the day, he got 6, Kobe got 5. Now, Mike and Kobe were the same player. Well, no, let me start with Mike. When Mike came out, nobody could stop him. And then you see how we just had this conversation about LeBron. When LeBron James came out, nobody could stop LeBron.
Nobody.
He was
Same thing with Kobe.
He was an offensive player. Mike was an offensive player. Kobe was an offensive player. It took Mike 6 years in the league to realize I don't give a fuck what it is. I can drop 75. He dropped 63 on Bird in the playoff game, and they still lose. And he got it in his mind that says, I could go out here and score 100, and it still won't matter because I can't win by myself. That's the difference. And then when year 7 came, Scottie Pippen, Rodman, and here we go, he said, okay, I can't continue to take a beating from the Knicks, a beating from the Bulls, beating from the Pistons and all of that. I need to get other people involved. Kobe the same way. Kobe got in, was like this and that. He wanted to show that he was this. When Kobe changed his number from 8 to 24, he was like, okay, I still am going to be stronger a scorer, but I still have to be able to, at key points, be able to facilitate the ball. And where he started to do, where he emulated Jordan was with Shaq.
Right.
He had to learn to share the ball with Shaq and his players, because then that was the difference with say, hey, you can be a strong-headed guy to get me to the championship, but it won't win it for you. Same with Jordan. So again, the comparison to Kobe, when Kobe, the light turned on, was a few years into the league, just like Jordan. Now the difference between Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, because the NBA changed a little bit, and not get into that part of it, but the whole point was LeBron was more of an all-around player where he didn't mind passing that ball up. Jordan wasn't passing shit up. Kobe was not passing shit up. LeBron came in his first couple years when he was with the Cleveland and he didn't win nothing, was because he was trying to get other people involved. And then that's when they start getting on LeBron about, oh, why aren't you taking the big shot at the end of the game? You're this person. You're supposed to have killer instinct, this and that. And then that's when they got into all that piece. But the thing about it is LeBron, and I'm going on record, I'm not saying that because I'm old school and I'm always going to be a Jordan fan and all that, and I love Kobe. But at the end of the day, if I have to admit, as an old guard vet for basketball, LeBron basically is a better overall player than the both of them. Period. Like
Right. When
I say overall, meaning team player overall, because it took Jordan time to develop to be that person, just like Kobe. They had to back off because at the end of the day, nobody could stop them. LeBron never came into the league with, I don't give a fuck, I'll drop 100 and I'll be carried back. LeBron never had that, and that was the difference. So to answer your question, Kobe and Jordan were exactly the same in the maturation of their game. It took years to become unselfish.
Okay, so yeah, so like LeBron is particularly almost the same as MJ and Kobe, but a little different because the reason why I say he's a little different between those two is that he does have almost a similarity play style as those two greatest, but he kind of adds a little different to his game, so he knows that. Well, the people know that MJ and Kobe never passed the ball, so
They
they
didn't.
were expecting
They didn't
right.
have
So
for anybody. I mean, for who you.
right, so they were expecting, okay, well, they're seeing Braun in these two. Okay, well, like you're LeBron, you should be. No, it doesn't matter who I am. It matters how I play the game. So
Correct.
if you so
Correct. You're right. No, go ahead, finish. I wasn't cutting you off. I'm disagreeing with you. You're right. Keep going. Oh, you froze up, Aramis.
yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You froze
So
up when you froze up, but you were saying that LeBron's maturation of the game, the difference where he was different than Kobe and LeBron because of the style of play he chose to play instead of being, all about me
right.
or
So
killer instinct where I don't need to do it because I could kill anybody in front of me. And LeBron didn't. You were saying LeBron didn't choose to play that style of game.
right, because LeBron knew that he wanted to be different. He wanted to keep this. He wanted to keep the game how it was, but he wanted to change it up a little bit because he wanted to inform players that there are other ways you can play the game,
Mm-hmm.
but just don't be selfish and try to make ridiculous shots
Right. Right.
that will piss off the coach and make the fans be like, "Yo, God, what are you doing?" Like, no fans want to do it. Like, fans would be like, "Okay,
Right.
that's
You know.
that."
You know who, Aramis, you know who LeBron remind me of in a
What?
way, and then he changed. He decided not to be that way because LeBron is what 6'10", six. How tall is LeBron? 6'9", 6'10".
I think he's somewhat. I can look it up right now. Hold on, let me
Got to
put
be
this in.
6'9" or 6'10".
He's got to be 6'9", I believe. He's got to be. Hold on, let me look up LeBron's. Dang, the internet is out, so I can't even do it.
Let's
Um,
just honest. Let's just say LeBron 6'9". Let's just say 6'9".
yeah, 6'9".
Let's say 6'9". So LeBron plays the one in the Olympics. The one. So now I'm gonna ask you, young basketball knowledge person, who was the prolific player that played the one at that height or bigger? Come on, fans, help us out. Prolific in the conversation as LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan, but he was six. He was LeBron height or bigger. Prolific. Who would that player be? With LeBron's
Okay,
body structure,
as him being young, or is it
size,
like
size.
size?
Yes. Up, you froze again, Aramis. Let's go. My man, appreciate you. Thank you again. I'm working on it. That's okay. I just didn't want to talk. I was trying to give you a chance. All right. Thank you again. All right.
I, I don't know what's going on. It's the internet. Like, I don't know why the internet's messing up.
It's all right. Back on. We back on. So, so, so the question was, who was the one of the most prolific players? I'm on a podcast. Okay. Who was the most prolific player with LeBron's body stature that can be comparable to him. And
It's doing it again. I don't know why he's doing that.
no, you
All
there?
right,
Hear you?
all right. So you said the most prolific play. Like what we
With
mean by
LeBron's body stature that can compare to him in accolades as an all-time player. And it's a reason why I'm asking the question, but I want you to see if you know why I'm saying this. But first of all, you got to figure out what NBA player that has the structural size of LeBron playing the one that's most prolific that I want to say that I believe LeBron, because LeBron Olympics played the one, which is that's a big guard.
well he did play the one because he was shorter and he did have body on like he did have a, like he did have a build on him, but he was short when he came into the league. Like he wasn't that short, but like he was tall.
Hey, but I'm just asking a question because the reason why I'm trying to say this. Do you know? If you don't know, I will tell you. But I'm just giving you a chance to figure out what NBA player played the one that was LeBron size or bigger that was very prolific like him.
Are we talking about
The league? No, there's been the league. Period. I got my friend here, another guy podcast. Hold on, introduce yourself.
What's up, Dave?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, this is Basketball Truth and Knowledge podcast.
Okay, that's what's up.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So what we're gonna do is, so I'm gonna just share it with you. So for the audience, LeBron came in and he reminds me that he evolved late in his career. Who's and the person I'm saying to who played that position all his career was Magic Johnson.
I was thinking about Magic Johnson. I was just thinking about him too. Cause
And
think about it, Magic Johnson was what, like 6'9",
6'10",
6'10",
6'10", playing that position.
one,
Yeah, playing the one.
playing the one. So
I'm
now,
gonna be honest, after hearing so much about Magic Johnson, I'm thinking like was he really that tough? Like I'm like just think about how good he was at that size and at that height, being
yeah,
able to see over his defenders and be able to pass the ball how he could. It's like we won't ever have that kind of player in today's league right now. Like that's
but then you think about it. So the reason why I brought it because it's a reason because like I said, you young guard, I'm old guard, so I just try to share so we can collaborate with young and old. LeBron, old guard LeBron, best player in the league, period, 40. Let's just keep it a buck.
Right.
They moved him to the one strategically because he always, when he first came in, he really wasn't the one. He was like a 2-3, could kind of figure it out. And then as he became more confident with the ball and he got a little weight on him, they started because of the mismatch. You understand what I'm saying? The mismatch is what got him to start being the one. He can hold the ball. You can't take the ball from me. You understand, Emma? So, and you can't take it because he's big. So what happened was he started coming to the one for ball security, and they wasn't going to take it from him. And then LeBron, which we had earlier, was different than Jordan, different than Kobe, because Kobe patterned himself after Jordan because I am the killer. Period. Nobody can stop me. This is what I do. And then we already had the conversation. Jordan couldn't win shit.
without Scottie Pippen and without
Doncic. But not he needed the help. But that wasn't what happened because it could have been any other person. Scottie got
that too.
But he got it out of his mind that says I can't do it by myself. I have to get other people involved.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Kobe, I can't. I want to come in and I'm and all of that. And then at the end of the day, you need to pass the ball to goddamn Shaq.
Right.
And let's get these rings. Again, Allah, stop being the super selfish until we need you to be.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then now you need to this and that. But if it's the last shot or two, Chef Curry, Jordan, Kobe, because at the end of the day, if I'm Ogard, and that's why we always shine on LeBron, because if you had to play a best player, and I'm gonna ask you to, if you had to take a player with the game on the line one shot to win, are you picking Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, or Curry? And you put them in order. And then I'm going to go around the room. And I'll start first.
I would go regular.
I'm gonna start first. Just those three. But I'm talking about people with rings. Money with money. Money on the table. Money. This is what we do.
One shot though.
No, one shot. No. You got the ball to close the game out. Rather it's a 3-2, whatever the fuck you need to win the game. Order goes.
That's a tough one though. I'm gonna be honest.
Wait. I'm gonna give my four.
Okay.
And the four are Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Curry. My order in maturation would be Jordan first, Kobe second, then I would go Curry third, LeBron fourth. That's mine. What would be yours, Amos? And then if you think it could be any other way, and the only reason I put them four is because those are prolific scorers who all have more than 1 or 2 rings.
True. I'm gonna have to go with Curry at the 1.
Curry, you would pick Curry. Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead. Say how you want.
Pick Curry because I'm a big fan of Curry, and I've been watching his moments and hitting a clutch shots off the 1 second buzzer beater. I'm gonna have to put Kobe as second because I did get a glimpse of Kobe before he retires, so he does have some moments.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with LeBron at 3 and put MJ at 1. I'm sorry, MJ at 4. Just because I don't know MJ and I've never seen him before or how he scored, so that's why I'm gonna put MJ at 4.
And you young guard, so even young guard, you still now let me ask you this, and then I'm gonna pass it. So
okay.
Those 4 players, who's the best player for you?
For me, I'm gonna have to go
one out of all 4.
Curry.
Who's your number 1 player? Regardless of the order you just said for the winning shot of the game, who's your best player that you're gonna go overall out of those 4?
100% Steph Curry. 100%.
Man, Aaron, that's beautiful, and that's young guard.
Right.
All right, we're gonna pass this big. What you got?
I got Jordan number 1. All day long. He always closed games out number 1. Jordan.
Okay.
Then I will go with Steph Curry.
Nice.
Nice. I like that.
Jordan first, I would go with Steph Curry. Then I would go with LeBron. Then I would go with who was it?
Kobe.
Ooh, I like that right there.
Kobe, Curry, and then Jordan. Game on the line. You got the ball.
I'm going to go with Jordan first, Kobe second, Steph Curry, and LeBron.
And then who's your number 1 overall out of those 4?
Jordan.
There you have it, folks. And
Jordan closed every. Jordan, he closed every. He took control of every game. Period. When they gave him the ball, he took control of every game.
Right.
Every game they gave that ball to Jordan, he scored and made sure they won. When they got them rings, it was behind Jordan. He needed help, but
they all need help. It's 5
need help. But Jordan when it was time to take the game online, to go on the line.
Right. Now, what do you have to add to that, Aaron? Because I just was trying to. The whole point why I did the exercise because LeBron at this point of his game, old guy always going to go Jordan and Kobe. Because Kobe is younger old guard. Jordan is old guard.
Right.
And that's because, and Aaron, you made an excellent point. You know what you just said? It was so super important because you just said that I was able to watch and see.
Right.
And that's the difference. So when you have all this talk, who's the best player? And you got me been watching basketball for 40-something years.
Mm-hmm.
You only 20. How old are you, Aramis?
21 now because my birthday just passed.
I'm 44.
44. You've been watching basketball at least 30 years.
30 years.
So you understand what I'm saying? So it's in fairness to what you said, Aramis, it's only natural for you to know what you know based on what you see.
What they see.
And what you see and LeBron James and Steph Curry, is that them is the two highest level players. And I would still say LeBron is number one over Curry only because of overall totality of the career that you can say current. And I'm old school and I still lean to Jordan and Kobe only because I watched it. And you watched Curry and Jordan. I mean Curry and LeBron. So that's very good because at the end of the day, those are the two highest players. The two highest players at this time.
Right.
Definitely give you that kudos. You know what I mean? So, but LeBron to me right now, in the last, since he was when he started Evolve, and I'm gonna get y'all opinion, he wasn't that player at Miami because he had D Wade.
Right.
D Wade ran the one. Period.
Period.
Let's not play no games.
Right.
And D Wade won a chip without LeBron. Come on, Shaq. Let's get on my back and let's go get me another one.
Right.
Big fella.
Right.
And then LeBron and Bosh came.
Yeah.
And let's get on these other two.
Yeah.
So let's understand. So LeBron was already the kind of player that was taught to be unselfish and be an all-around player. And then he got to the point where now I'm my size, I'm best athlete, I'm the best conditioned athlete in the world at 40. You understand? And when he went to the Lakers, that changed him to Showtime running the one, because who sat there and told him that this is what it is, big fella?
No, I think
Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson was in the office.
No, I think when he went back to Cleveland.
Cleveland, yes. Cleveland,
right.
yes.
When he went back to Cleveland.
You're right. I'm a mistake. When he left Miami,
right.
he moved into that spot.
Then he moved to that spot. Yeah.
And when I tell you he moved into that spot, a la Magic Johnson, he ain't got all of this and the Showtime shit. But at the end of the day, nobody taking the ball from a 6'10" dude that can handle a rock with his size.
And can pass.
Because LeBron gonna drop it. Right. He gonna even Olympics. LeBron throwing behind the back passes through your legs. That's magic. That's all magic. And then when he went to Lakers, when he got the I'm gonna see if I can find the clip.
Right.
Magic said he had a clip where he got in there with him and LeBron, and Magic still playing pickup games with them. And then, he's showing LeBron to say, hey, big fella, this and that. And at the end of the day, if all else fails, who's stopping you going to the basket? To this day, what did we just say? Who stops LeBron coast to coast? And you give me any player in the league that can stop LeBron coast to coast.
No one.
Without weak side, not with weak side help. I'm talking about I got the rebound and you with me from the foul line to the other foul line. Who's stopping him? Embiid, I don't give a fuck. Who even the best player that I would say have a half a chance would be the new boy Wamby, and he too light in the butt. He got the wingspan to catch it.
He got the wingspan. Yeah,
but remember, Eric, what you said if LeBron gonna put what on you? Put a little bit of body.
But yeah, and the reason why I said like because LeBron is known for using his size as a big advantage. So if LeBron's going coast to coast, do not get in his path, because what he's gonna do is that he's gonna put that shoulder in your chest,
right,
bump you to the side, try to maneuver the ball around you and get it to the basket. His ideal move is that the moment he grabs the ball and palms it, his eyes is locking on to that rim. He is not stopping. You know why? Because he's 6'9", 200-some pounds. All that muscle, you can grab him, do whatever. he gonna drag you to the basket and he can go left, right, he can go whatever. It's going to be an and one no matter what. Because you know what? People can't guard him, so they're gonna follow him every time they get the chance to. That's why I need people to understand, like you can hate on LeBron if you want, but any player who is your favorite can never guard this man. Not one player in this entire league has ever guarded LeBron except for Kobe. Kobe was the only one who sought and really figured out LeBron, figured out how he plays the game, and locked him down every time that they faced off. Any player besides him couldn't guard him. That's how good LeBron was, and he's been doing this for 10 or 21 years. He's 40 now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once he retires, then what?
You brought up a good point. So, do you know why Kobe was the only one that could do it? And I'll help you. The reason why Kobe, first of all, was a gym rat. And he was the most prolific studier of the game. He studied how to defend you. He invited people over night in, night out. Let me guard you. Let me do this. And he was a student of the game. Kobe knew everybody moves. He knew what he could do. So Kobe rose to he was an athlete. Let's give him his props on that. But he elevated his game because he studied and he mimicked and did film study. And he actually patented himself on to say, hey, I'm going to be in the best shape I can be. And I want to guard the best players night in, night out, summer league, last night, yesterday, this day. And that elevated him to be why he is he. And then that you want to understand why he patterned his game after somebody, because of film study. I know how to do this. I know how to do the pump fake. And if you look at everything he did that mimicked Jordan, because when Kobe came to the league, Jordan was on his way out. It wasn't like we played together a lot of time. That's not what it was. He studied film. So I give Kobe credit because it was like, I'm going to use the tools around me to make me the best player ever. And he was one of the few players I could say I credit to film study. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And then that's the difference. Now, in fairness to Steph Curry, Steph had to come up with a different kind of game because he not 6'9". He don't have no physical attribute.
He's 6'3".
Yeah, he can't take nobody coast to coast.
Right, he can't.
Nobody.
But
put Tatum on you.
But instead of people taking him coast to coast, you have to guard this man 24/7. Run, do screens every time. You have to guard him.
It's aiding with screens, and then here's where Steph has the advantage. And an offensive player always has the advantage over a defensive player only because you don't know where I'm going. Now, if you want to talk about a half-court set without no picks, none of that, that means I got to stick on you like glue for a court is 84 feet. Yeah. I got to stick on you for in Curry's case, 20 of the feet. 20 of the feet, yeah. Because he ain't gonna go from the half court.
Because he's a fast point guard, so he's gonna get to a spot quicker than you can.
That's the
so
point.
You got to be along
with a jab step, in and out, step back, and the travel, which I call it, the Euro step back 3-step. Which is really a fucking travel back in the day. Yeah. That was
right, but the thing is, you gotta blame the James Harden because James Harden broke that rule most definitely. And you know why? He was the only player that can get away with it. Because you know why? He's so quick with it, no rep can see it. So that's why that rule has been broken. But right, and in your opinion, what you just said back in y'all days. That would have been a travel 100%. That would have been called. But as of right now, that is an unbroken rule that nobody calls. All the coaches be like, "Yo, travel." Refs are not gonna call that,
right?
Because they don't see it.
Don't see it, yeah.
Right. So it's like you can't really.
What I will tell you, Harden started it, and let's be honest, okay, the whole and I don't want to get into that because we got to get off the podcast. We're gonna end it, but I'm promising. It started with that old European basketball bullshit. They wanted you know why? Because remember, Amos, when we just said the Olympic game favored offense or defense. The championship game with France, was it an offensive game or defensive game?
It was a defensive game.
What sells tickets in the NBA today? Offense or defense?
That's offense.
Thank you. So yes, travel. Yes, all of that bullshit, this and that. Yeah.
Well, which is true because if you
I feel the exact same way.
it's definitely true because if you think about it, in the NBA regular season, what do they confine of the most? And most NBA players only average 30 or 20 points a game because they always focus on offense. But when you're playing in the Olympics, every country is so stacked up on defense because that's the main thing that it comes down the wire, winning gold, silver, or bronze,
right,
or getting eliminated. So Team USA knew that in order to win gold, you got to have at least 2 or 3 shooters and all defense. So you got Bron, KD, Davis, Embiid, Bam, Ants, Tatum. And that's all you got. And the Curry's your only shooter. You only need one shooter, and everybody else can play defense.
Right. That's right.
Literally.
That's it.
That's right.
But so now I'm gonna pose this, and then I gotta get off here. But great podcast so far. I promise you, we going back and forth with old guard, new guard, old guard top players, new guard top players, and mad respect to everybody. But now listen to what we just said. In an era where the NBA, and hear me out, NBA prided themselves on defense. Jordan rule. You ain't coming in the paint with none of that.
None of that.
Average games were just like the Olympic game that we just watched for the gold medal, less than 100 points. One team defied that rule in the era of defense. Do you know who that team was?
Chicago Bulls?
I'll because you young. You should know that. What team? No. The what team that was in the old school defensive era, 80s, 90s?
Detroit.
No, that averaged more than 100.
More than 100.
Yes, because the defensive thing was 100 or less.
100 or less. Right.
Come on, help me out. He just talked about him, the biggest fucking point guard ever.
The Lakers.
The Lakers. Showtime.
The Lakers.
Showtime.
Right.
In the defensive era.
Right.
They hey, you a guru and the stats guy. Go look up from the time Magic Johnson entered the league as a rookie, won the NBA championship as a rookie, played all 5 positions. Let's get it happen.
Yeah.
And they averaged 118 points a game for the season. Look it up.
I don't think Detroit, but Detroit didn't average that much.
That's why they tokened the Lakers as Showtime. And I know you heard that, Aramis, you young school, but that Showtime was the reason because we was talking about in an era of defense.
Right.
They like what you just said. The whole Olympics, you needed one shooter, and we prided ourselves on defense. The Lakers ain't give a fuck about none of it. They had a shooter, Cooper in the corner. Come on, bro. They had boys that can light it up and shoot it. But the difference was because you had a big ass guard like LeBron, who can say he patented his style of play playing the one now from Magic, that it was always a mismatch from the one position to start with. Because if I needed to back your ass down, we clear it out. You can't. If you double me, I'm gonna get rid of it.
Right.
I'm any kind of way behind the back, round the head.
Yeah.
I can back any guard down because I'm 6'10". just like LeBron. If they move it out right now, no one can stop LeBron at the 1. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
Yeah, no player can stop him at the 1.
Way. And he was a more dangerous passer than LeBron.
Yes, he was.
So now,
Mm.
and he didn't really back you down unless he had to slow down. He got the ball on 1,000 and let's get it. So half the time they got a lot of their points because as the ball went off, Kareem 7-3, Wemby grabbing the ball and he letting it fly down court, or he kicking it to Magic and it's 2-3 passes and bucket. Ain't no setup.
Right.
Ain't no none of this.
No setup, no none of this.
Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you. So that's why I try to tell you that people don't understand how really good Magic was. And Magic won. And they discredit Magic out of the conversation sometime. And they won 5. Went to 9. And you want to talk about, LeBron, this is that, because he went to so many finals. Let's talk about Magic. Yeah. Magic went to about 9 finals himself and won 5 of them. And the 4 he lost was in the late of his career with AIDS, and they still lost to Jordan and them.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he was so big. What you got to say? We're going to wrap it up. You close out whatever you want.
Man, listen, you hit anything in a nutshell. You hit everything in a nutshell. He hit everything in a nutshell. What he just said, everything in a nutshell. To watch Magic Johnson play was, man, the moves he had, the passes he had, unstoppable, man. It was just nice just to see it.
He wouldn't understand it because
You want to understand? It was just nice just to see it. Man. The man was the truth above the truth, all the way around the board.
Yeah. Aramis, if you want to close out what you said, I'm going to close out and say this here about Magic and LeBron. LeBron, at the best shape in the world at 40, and he's going to play another 2 years because he want to play with his son, and we won't get into none of that and all of that. That's going to happen. But if LeBron, with the shape he is, and he continue to stay at the 1, which means it's less tear on his body, the man could probably play about 3-4 more years.
You definitely can.
I ain't gonna even lie because
I give him 5 years. I give him 5 more years.
staying at the 1 though.
Stay at the 1. You got to stay at the 1.
Staying at the 1.
Right.
Would have to patent himself after Magic because he facilitate and use his size.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on for watching live. Thank you. We got a little special guest on the show.
We out.
All right, Evans. Hey, Basketball Troubadours. Yo, listen, we gonna put this one, fans. Thank y'all for coming out.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Subscribe, hit the like button. We're gonna be back in here. We're gonna do it again on Saturday. And next time I'll invite my guy again and we can get all live and we get all 4 of us.
Yes, sir. Bring them on.
All right, Hermes, we out. Salute.
All right.
Salute.
Peace out, y'all. I didn't close it out properly, y'all, so I'm gonna close it out for y'all. Thank you guys for staying tuned with the live, and I hope you guys appreciate take your time to watch and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you can get any lives video that is being shown on your phone. If you have any friends, family, coworkers, boss, whoever who loves to watch basketball, please tell them to reach out, go on YouTube, search up Basketball Truth and Knowledge, and tell them to subscribe, hit that bell, hit that like button for the post notification so that they can get it live or any recording videos or any updates on when the video is coming out. But if you guys recommend football, I recommend you guys go check out the Post Podium podcast. All Truth, No Sodium. That is my pops. He hosts that show with Mel and Keyshawn. Go check it out. They're doing tremendously good as far as views, subscribers, numbers are increasing higher and higher and higher each time that they post and they go live. So please go check them out. If you watch football, go check that out. The NFL has started, so you will be seeing a lot of videos on that. So go check it out. Basketball will start up in October, and we will be doing an in-season tournament again in November. So we'll try to figure out some ways on to what we're going to be talking about during the time that basketball is no longer playing. But until when it comes to October, we'll make some gameplays on how we're going to do the show. But with that being said, this is the Basketball Truth and Knowledge. I'm your host, Aramis. Stay tuned. Hold on, guys. Saturday, we'll see each other on Saturday. Hopefully, we can put a show on Saturday. But that time, 2:30. But I said it in the beginning throughout the show. I just turned 21 yesterday. I had a phenomenal birthday with the family. I did just get hired of working, so I do start training next week, Monday. So like I said, podcast will have to be Saturdays at 2:30. 2:30 on Saturdays, because those are days that I'm off. I work Mondays to Fridays, second shift, 2 to 10 p.m. So, but stay tuned. And I am working on uploading the other 2 videos that I made. I don't know what's going on with those, but I will stay tuned with those. But with all being said, like I said again, this is the Basketball Truth and Knowledge. I am your host, Aramis, and we is out. Peace.